Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best small phones. Starting at number 5. Google Pixel 5. With its 6.0-inch screen, the Google Pixel 5 only just squeezes onto this list, but its tiny bezels means there's no wasted space, and the screen itself impresses. It's a 1080 by 2340 OLED one with a 90Hz refresh rate, which leaves it feeling smoother than a typical 60Hz phone. The Pixel 5 also has a high-end and slightly unusual design, as it has a metal rear where most phones use glass or plastic. This helps it stand out, and that's a good thing in our view. There's perhaps less power here than you might expect from the top 2020 Pixel, as it has just an upper mid-range Snapdragon 765G chipset. But the Pixel 5 is priced accordingly, and still has 8GB of RAM and 5G. New, unlocked Android phone gives you the flexibility to change carriers and choose your own data plan. Unlocked smartphone works with T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and other major carriers. 1. 5G capable. 2. A smartphone gives you an extra boost of speed so you can download a movie in seconds. 3. Enjoy smooth streaming in ultra-clear HD, play games at home and on the go. 4. And even share your 5G speed with friends. 5. Charge your cell phone wirelessly. 6. Or use it to wirelessly charge other Qi-certified devices. 7. The all-day battery can last up to 48 hours with extreme battery saver. 8. Your phone will automatically receive the latest OS and security updates for at least 3 years. 9. The custom-made Titan M chip helps secure the operating system and sensitive data, like passwords. Coming at number 4. iPhone SE 2020. The iPhone SE 2020 is Apple's budget iPhone, but it's also one of the company's smallest available models. In fact, at 4.7 inches its screen is the smallest, as well as being smaller than almost any other widely available smartphone. But as noted above, the actual dimensions are slightly larger than the iPhone 12 minis. Still, the iPhone SE 2020 is undeniably a small phone, and it's a very good one at that. Some of this might sound like faint praise, but this is one of the most affordable and arguably best value iPhones we've seen in years. And it just so happens to be compact too. The iPhone SE 2020 is seen as the smaller iPhone form factor given the all-screen designs of the more recent models. And it's both more lightweight and pocketable than any other modern Apple phone besides the iPhone 12 mini and iPhone 13 mini, which are marginally smaller, despite packing in a larger screen, but also pricier than a mid-range phone. The SE is pleasingly water-resistant, but does have some drawbacks. It lacks a headphone jack at the bottom, and because the display technology is slightly dated, as it comes from the iPhone 8, it can suffer in bright light when you're trying to watch videos or the like. At number 3. iPhone 12 mini. The iPhone 12 mini is that rare thing, a phone that's not only genuinely small, but also genuinely high-end. As the name suggests, it's basically the iPhone 12 in a smaller size, with a 5.4-inch 1080 by 2340 OLED screen. That's a high-quality display, and while it's bigger than the screen on the iPhone SE 2020, the relative lack of bezels means the iPhone 12 mini is actually a smaller phone overall. Would like to have seen slightly better battery life, and the 64GB starting size is entirely too low, especially for the price, but those niggles aside, the iPhone 12 mini is a superb small phone. Apple's iPhone 12 mini is a triumph, with top-end tech and a premium design combining to produce a phone that can compete with some of the very best handsets on the market, and all in a smaller body than you'd expect for a flagship device. You won't find this iPhone 12 mini review to be wildly different from our coverage of the iPhone 12, but it has a smaller form factor that will suit those looking for a more compact phone than top-end manufacturers, including Apple, have been able to offer for the past few years. Number 2 of my list. iPhone SE 2022. The iPhone SE 2022 is the cheapest way to enjoy a new 5G iPhone. It looks a lot like its predecessor with no change to its body, and the same Liquid Retina display as before. But why fix a design that works so well? Instead, it adds on the A15 Bionic chip for speedy performance that can even beat Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 CPU. Plus, it's now capable of time-lapse night photography if you add on a tripod. A reliable battery life of 12 hours should last you the day, and while it's not always exciting, the iPhone SE 2022 gets the job done well. 5. Headphone jack, no removal of the Touch ID. The Liquid Retina display is untouched. The cameras, a 12MP rear and 7MP front, are the same, too. The difference, and it is bigger than you think, is the new A15 Bionic. The very same Apple Silicon you'll find in Apple's iPhone 13 line. It's a powerful mobile CPU that, to date, beats even Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 CPU in Geekbench scores. It's a lot of power and headroom for a tiny 4.7-inch screen smartphone that doesn't even have a depth sensor on the front. Still, the A15 Bionic is up for anything. From shooting and editing 4K videos to playing intense action games like Call of Duty and PUBG. And number 1. iPhone 13 mini. The iPhone 13 mini is a rare small phone that's still high-end when it comes to hardware. Its 5.4-inch display is a Super Retina XDR OLED display, so it looks great, thanks to some strong brightness levels. It's the same tech as you'd see on the iPhone 13, only smaller. Similarly, its camera is fairly potent. It has a 12MP f/1. Just count on paying for the privilege as it's pricier than the iPhone 12 mini that came before it. Photos look better partly thanks to the new sensor and Sensor Shift OIS technology that was previously exclusive to the iPhone 12 Pro and its Pro Max partner, and partly due to the advancements in computational photography. There's also good news if the iPhone 13 mini inspires you to take more photos. Apple has bumped up the storage tiers from last year's devices. So gone is the severely limiting 64GB entry-level size. Say hello to 128GB, 256GB, and 512GB minis, but also, say hello to higher prices for the phones in most regions. There are cosmetic upgrades you may miss at first blush. The screen notch is smaller, but most certainly hasn't gone away, and on a smaller phone, it feels like it eats away at the screen real estate even more than on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And the overall display brightness has been amped up, peaking at 800 nits for comfortable viewing when you're outdoors on a bright day and 1200 nits for HDR content. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.